The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Inec, has urged civil society organizations to pay closer attention to delegate-buying during primaries, describing it as a growing concern that threatens electoral integrity. Professor Yakubu stated this during its first regular consultative meeting with civil society leaders at the Inec conference room in Abuja. The meeting, the first of its kind this year, focused on upcoming elections and the role of civil society in ensuring a transparent electoral process. With a major focus of the discussion on the role of civil society in monitoring party primaries, he called on them to support law enforcement efforts in tackling financial inducement in the nomination process, just as they have been vocal against vote buying during elections. Professor Yakubu emphasized that these consultative meetings often align with key electoral activities, with this session coming just ahead of the Anambra State governorship election scheduled for November 8, 2025, he reiterated INEC's commitment to a well-structured electoral process, announcing that political parties will commence their primaries for the Anambra election on March 20th and conclude by April 10th. Beyond the Anambra polls, Professor Yakubu also highlighted preparations for the Federal Capital Territories Area Council elections slated for February 21, 2026. He confirmed that the election timetable is now available on INEC's website.
I would like to urge civil society organizations to be as interested in party primaries as you are actively engaged in the monitoring of the secondary election conducted by INEC. After all, only the candidates nominated by the political parties are placed on the ballot for citizens to vote for on election day. From your monitoring reports as accredited election observers, you have consistently expressed concern over vote buying at polling units during elections. Some of you have made actionable recommendations on how to curtail the menace, which have been favorably considered by the Commission. It is time to cast your net wide by focusing on the incidence of delegate buying by aspirants during primaries.
Responding on behalf of the civil society groups, Executive Director Partners for Electoral Reforms Ezewan Wago assured the Commission of the total support of the CSOs in bringing sanity in the electoral process.
The challenge that you have thrown to us is a challenge that we will have to approach from a multi-stakeholder perspective. The menace of vote buying, at the general elections, and that perpetuated by the politicians, will need the collective effort of not just civil society, but the security agencies and the media. And we will, as we have already started doing, continue to beam searchlights on the activities of politicians, their political parties, and their candidates in any elections. We want to implore INEC to, if possible, ensure that the level of preparedness that was put into organizing the Ondo election, that will up the ante for Anambra.
With elections on the horizon, all eyes are now on the electoral process as stakeholders work towards credible and fair polls. Aniete Patrick, Core TV News, Abuja.